Hello everyone, hope you're all doing fine and welcome to another video on our channel. And in this video we want to share with you a few exercises, a few ways of exploring attacks from behind, so the USHIRO waza. And we have some ways of practicing the awareness of what is happening behind us in a way, or being able to react at the moment when an attack is coming from behind. So let's have a look at some exercises which help to develop these capabilities. Okay, so we have some basic USHIRO waza techniques that we work on, that we present during the great passing demonstrations and so on. But there are also some explorations that we do sometimes, just simple exercises that help us to be more awake on the back, like more conscious of what is happening behind. What is often happening that is because we have the eyes in front of our head, we see what is happening in front of us or to the sides. We are usually less aware of what is happening behind because we cannot see it. And if we don't rely on other senses, it's a limiting factor, right? So we want to develop this capability of sensing or being aware of what is happening behind us to a certain extent as much as is possible, right? So let's say one of the basic exercises just to get a bit of sensibility on your back is you stand with the back towards your partner and the partner is just touching you and moving away and coming back in. And for now I do nothing, I just try to calm down internally to stop thinking or reduce the thinking process and just feel what is happening and what is the feeling in my body when just before the touch. Actually what I want to do is to sense the moment sense the moment just before the touch happens. There's a kind of tension, there's a kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but there is something that you can say when it's now. When it's happening. So it's like just, if you get a bit more sensible to it, you can sense it just before the touch happens, right? So this would be the basic level, the basic step, just to get aware and get used to someone touching you from the back, because what can also happen is we might not be used to someone touching us on the back because we don't see and we are surprised and scared and shocked, right? So there are a few ways. I mean, in Aikido we get a lot of connection, we get a lot of touch. It's good to practice also being able to accept the touch of another person without being tensed up just because of the touch that we are not used to. The second step would be just a little bit more dynamic. I mean, dynamic in a way that I will start moving, but I will just, so Durward, he will not be only touching me, but he will be pushing through a little bit. And I will be receiving this push and turning around to reconnect with the source of this attack, right? So as he's coming in, I want to let my body move with this energy that is getting into my back. So whatever happens, whatever, it can be right side, it can be left side, it depends on how Durward comes in. I will be moving, I will respond in an appropriate way, so inappropriate, without thinking too much, just trying to let the body move with a push. Okay, and then I try to connect also with the other hand, so it's not only one-handed exercise. So really, if I want to connect into the partner, I get back to connect with the partner, to occupy the space, to prevent a strike with the other hand maybe as well. So to get in with the other hand in a way that it will make it more difficult for the attacker to strike with the other hand. Okay, so this was the second step. And this is what we do usually in standing. And then you can also continue with like a few pushes in a row. So he will push me once, I will move away, then next time, and he will come back maybe again around and push me again. So we can continue moving in this way. But the next level would be doing the same kind of thing, but really in movement. So I will be walking around. And as I walk around, Durward will be following me. At a certain moment he decides to attack. Okay? And at the moment the attack comes in, I want to be able to take the energy, so receive the attack, turn around, and connect into the attacker, with the attacker. Okay? Doesn't have to be a technique yet. We are just talking about practicing the reaction to an attack from behind, not yet what you really want to do as a technique or something like this. So this is really developing the sensibility and the instantaneous, natural reaction, right? And what is also important about this is that I don't know which foot I will have in front of me when I'm walking. So when Durward attacks, I have to see which foot actually is in front and which side is easier to turn to. So let's say if I walk, if I'm just putting my left foot in front of me, it would be difficult to turn around to the left side because I would have to cross my legs. So when I go more to this side, when I'm on the other side, I naturally turn here, right? So it also helps us to practice being spontaneous on the side where you turn. It's like you cannot have a preference because you practice more turning on the right foot, so you want always to turn this side. You don't know, because when the uke comes in and pushes you, you can be on either side with either of the feet being in front, and then you have to turn accordingly to this setting. Okay, then when you want to start translating it maybe into a technique, you could select a simple one in the beginning, just like one basic technique, let's say from USHIRO Katadori. And basically there is a technique where I turn around, come in. Sorry, microphone. And do the kokyunage, right? So it's quite a simple technique. You do the kind of helicopter turn or airplane turn and get back into the partner. Now, doing it in movement from behind when you don't see the attack coming in, it requires this spontaneous reaction and just transforming from walking into turning and doing the technique in a spontaneous way. I will maybe try to fix the microphone a bit differently. Let's see if it works better. Okay, so as I walk, certain moment Durward will come in, and I go into the kokyunage. Right, so the idea here is to practice the flow of this movement, not to get stuck. So there is like, okay, let's do it this way. There is the attack, what do I do, right? And I start thinking, and maybe just let's do it here. Maybe I'm not sure if it was very well in the frame of the camera. So when the attack is coming in, I'm stuck, I don't know what I do. Okay, I will turn. No, the idea is as soon as you get touched, you start moving into the technique. Okay? And it's still not about doing the technique in a perfect way. It's really about practicing the flow of the technique, the flow of the movement, and especially the transition from walking into moving in relation to the partner. So, I hope you like this few exercises for the exploration of USHIRO waza, so the attacks from behind. Let us know if you have a similar practice in your dojo, in your way of training, and what you think about it in general. Thanks for watching, and see you again in another video.